Outdoor lifers, welcome back. First time watchers, thanks for being here. I'm Matty Payne and this is That Outdoor Life. Have you been thinking about a home security cam system? Installing one? You're curious of who's coming and going from your property? You want to protect your equipment? Maybe you're curious when your parcels are showing up, or like me, you got wildlife that traverse your driveway. If any one of those things is true for you, then this is a must-watch video. Because today, we're going to go over the Eufy S330 security cam system. It's a great system. I've had it for a year. Haven't had any problems. In today's video, we're going to go over setup. We're going to go over installation. We're going to go over the app. I'll show you some of the videos. And then we'll talk about pros and cons. And again, if anyone has questions or comments, please leave them below and I'll gladly answer them. So let's get started with what comes in the box. Right on. Okay, so this is the Homebase S330. This is how the cameras talk and save their information. And this is what the app connects to. So super cool unit, super easy to install, plug and play. I did opt to buy extra storage, which you just install yourself. I added an extra terabyte of storage. Gives you more time on the app, more events on the app, and more time to go back. So I recommend that option, but again, it's super easy to do. And so yeah, but nice little unit, really easy to set up, and sits here with my Starlink receiver and my Alien router. So there you go, that's the Homebase S380. You've got a camera. You've got the mount that goes into the back of the camera and then mounts onto the mount that goes permanently onto a structure of some sort. So let's go over those one by one. So the camera, 4K camera, really nice unit, easy to install, lightweight. It's got the solar panel on top. It's got a port here to charge it. That's how you get it charged the first time. Charge it up, and then the solar panel does the rest, or should do the rest, as long as you mount it in a place that gets sun. Mounting hardware at the back, super simple with this guy. I'll show you that all together in a sec. But yeah, very, very nice unit, easy to install, lightweight, well made. The mount's super simple. So again, it's got a pivot here, which allows you to mount the camera in any direction you want. When you tighten this down onto the mount that's attached to the structure, it locks this thing in place. If something could be improved, this is kind of ticky-tacky. It's hard to get the camera in the right spot while it's mounted and you're trying to screw this down. I wish there was a different way to lock the angle of this guy, but it's not the end of the world. But still, super simple. And then you've got your mount that you put 2 screws into the structure. So maybe that's a post, maybe it's a wall or siding of some sort. Maybe it's in your fascia or somewhere you can get some screws into it. So you just drill 2 screws and then put the hardware in. Super simple. In this case, I've got this really cool mount that's for vinyl siding. So you don't have to actually drill into your vinyl siding. You just put it on here, mount it on this clip, and then you just clip it into the vinyl siding. It sits there. So it saves you from putting holes in vinyl siding. Anyways, that was on Amazon. We can talk about that later. But that's what comes in the package. Like I said, they come in single packs, double packs, or 4 packs. I think you can just keep adding on as you need. I went with the 4-pack. It was nice to have 4 options of places to surveil. So setting up the system is pretty easy when you want to add a camera. You're going to go into the app and add a camera. It's going to tell you to press the sync button, which is right here, the back of the camera. You press that and hold it. And then in the app, it's going to tell you to go do the same thing on the back of the Homebase. And that's all you got to do, just follow the instructions in the app. It's super simple to set everything up. There's the back of the Homebase, and that's the button you got to press. Again, super simple. Okay, let's put the 3 things together. So you've got your camera, you've got your screw mount here. Take this guy, screw it in there. So let's do that. Get it as tight as you can. There you go. So you see, this is now, and you've got options to pivot this all around however you want. You then will have this posted somewhere, screwed in somewhere. Again, it's on my vinyl mount, so I can attach it to vinyl siding. But this, the white part, the post kind of thing, that's going to be wherever you have it ready to go. You're just going to simply stick that in there like that. Don't be rude. And then you're just going to tighten this up. You can get the camera in the position you want. So say something like that. And then you're just going to tighten this guy up. There you go. See? So it's a little frustrating to get it where you want it to be, but once it's there, it holds. So it's strong enough to hold there, steady. Oh, there it is. And like I said, once that post is mounted wherever you're going to put the camera, it honestly takes 2 minutes to get the camera up. Super simple, no wires, no fuss, and it's just simple plug and play. All of them sync to the Homebase the first try, and I have them probably 40 feet. If you took a 40 feet radius around the house, that's where I have them installed, and they connect no problem to the Homebase. So again, very simple. So let's go put them up outside. Okay, so this is the install of camera number 1, just screwing in the screws into the fascia of the deck, mounting the post, which the camera then screws into that end. You'll see here in a second that it's hard to get this screwed on and keep the camera positioned as you want it. And later in the cons, I'll talk about this probably being the biggest con of the mount. But again, that's getting picky. So I'm going to set it here, and then it's going to drop down. And that's the frustrating part of just trying to see right there. Again. It takes some work to reposition and get it right. But you'll get there. All right, so this is camera installation number 2, and the reason I wanted to show this was for 2 reasons. Now, I've sped up the video so it doesn't take a whole lot of time, but you'll see I'm screwing there with a screwdriver. The reason for that is because I didn't drill pilot holes, and the instructions say to drill pilot holes because the hardware is cheap. And so, not drilling them, I broke 2 of the screw heads, and so then just had to result in me using a screwdriver not to over torque the screws and break them because I didn't drill the holes. I ended up getting it in there. The second reason I wanted to show this is just a different spot to install the camera. The last one was on the deck structure. This one's on the roofline structure and the fascia and high up. So you got to be okay to go on a ladder to do this one, but as long as you are, it's good. I have my girlfriend here because I wanted to make sure the ladder didn't slip out, and it's sure nice to have someone hand you stuff when you're on the ladder. The other thing that's interesting here is this is about 50 feet from where the Homebase is located in the house, and the camera connected no problem. It's also about 20 feet off the ground, and still had really good range of detecting things on the ground. And you'll see we come down and just take a look at where the camera's pointed. But again, just another instance of how to install and where to install in the house. It worked out perfectly. Again, very helpful to have a second set of hands in doing this stuff. Like I said, it takes about 5 minutes to install these things when you follow the instructions. So this is the bracket for installing and siding, so you don't have to drill through it. It's just got a clip that goes up and under, so it goes really easy. Check it out. How does that look does it look like it's aiming at the middle of the...
It's a bit sideways.
Can you...
And I think it might be a little high up. I can back up, but I thought I can't film, so you gotta pick a team here. It looks like it's going a little over my head right here. Okay, it's staring me in the face right now. It's sideways this way, so
Which way?
you have to go clockwise. Clockwise more. Yep.
Right there?
Yep.
All right, so just a look around that vinyl mount from one side to the other. You can see the screws there, which help level it in the position you want. Awesome little feature. Safe screwing into your vinyl siding. All right, let's take a look at the Eufy app, which is on my phone. Open it up. Go to the home page, which is the first tab at the bottom. It'll show you your cameras, live feeds of your cameras, or the last time you looked at or something happened at those cameras. If you click on one of them, we'll click on Implement Shed. It'll update itself for an actual live feed, so you go real time. So this is 7:59 on March 1st. You're looking at it. Buttons at the bottom. Again, the hold to speak button's really interesting. If someone's walking by there, you can hold that button and in real time speak to them. They can speak back to you. It's pretty cool. Got some other features there, but anytime you want, you can go into live mode with your cameras. Nice feature. Coming back out, you can see my cameras. At the bottom, you also have the Homebase. That'll give you kind of overview of your entire system. So you got your Homebase, you got the cameras connected. Right now, I only have 3. I do have 4. I've just repositioned one. You got a face management tab, which is where it will detect faces, and then you can assign names to those faces. I've done just myself. You've got an AI empowerment tab, which will again focus on those faces, humans, vehicles, and pets, and you can have the cameras work together. I've turned that on, so again you can see that it's turned on there. Storage, the next one, how much storage you've used, how much you have. As I've stated, I added a terabyte of storage to the base station. You can see I've used about a quarter of that. It will just rewrite itself when it gets full. So that's the first tab. And then you got the events tab. So this is the events. If you go to today, there's none. If you go to yesterday, there's a bunch. You can see the first 2, it's detecting a human. Didn't see my face, so it just detected a human. At the second event, it shows that it did detect me as being a human. So you can see that one there. It's detected me as I'm looking at the camera. Let's go look at, you can see the other detections. Got a vehicle here. So here's some vehicle shots. Let's take a look at me coming home. So there it's grabbed the truck as soon as it enters the frame, moves across. Again, I can zoom in. Let's play it again, zoomed in. So there it is, zoomed in. Play it one more time and I'll pause it, see the quality. So it's good quality on the zoomed in part of the video. I think it's pretty impressive for the price point. Let's try to find a pet. So you can go to a filter here and put pet and confirm. Let's go find a pet. No pet videos. Okay, here's one. This is us walking in the morning. Do this every morning with MJ. It's picking up us just talking quietly, actually. MJ loves his morning walks. Let's find deer. So here's a deer on February 19th walking up the driveway. Slowly walking. Play that again in case you can't see it. This is night vision. There is no lights on my property at night, so this is the camera illuminating enough for it to actually see the deer and track the deer, or as the deer goes through the camera's field of view. Pretty cool stuff. It's nice to capture what comes up and down my driveway. And then you've just got services, things you can do or purchase inside the app. You've got a smart tab. Again, I haven't used this tab at all. It's got a couple different things, but I don't have any automations in. And again, my guy is just this. You can put it in a way, you can disarm it, you can geofence, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. So very customizable. I think it's a very powerful app. And the great part about the app is there's no subscription cost to this. This app gets updated all the time. Your base station gets updated all the time, and there is no subscription cost. This is why I went with Eufy. I did not want to pay subscription costs, and I can't stand that everything we buy today comes with a reoccurring charge that creates an endless revenue stream for a company. I think it's just a way to suck us dry, and I'm so glad that Eufy has provided a product that you pay an upfront capital cost, and then you get to use their product and use it well. So very cool. And then again, it's got a shop tab where you can shop inside the app to do other things. And they've got all different types of products, as you can see here. But I really think their security system is awesome. The app is great. I haven't had a single bug or problem. It's at one place. It's easy to find things. It's easy to implement. Let's go to adding a device. How simple this is. Right off the homepage, boom, add a device. It's right there. It's so simple. So again, it's a very simple process. So we'll just back out of this, but super simple, really good app experience. All right, so let's go over the entire system, talk about the pros. So affordability. For those 4 cameras and the Homebase S330 Homebase, I think it was around $1,000. And typically on the Eufy website, you typically get a deal, 30%, 20%, sometimes even 50% off. So that system there will cost you about $1,000, but it's one and done. There's nothing else you have to do. If you want to add some extra storage, you can. I think they have a deal on right now, actually, that gives you the 1 terabyte of storage with the purchase. And I think it's just around $1,000 or $1,100. That's all Canadian. So affordability gets the thumbs up. Then let's talk about ease of setup. Take it out of the box, install the Homebase, plug and play, charge the cameras, hit the sync button, boom, they're connected. And again, like I said, I've probably got a 40-foot radius from the Homebase around the house where these cameras are installed, and they all work great. So again, setup, super easy. Thumbs up. And you've got installation. Again, you saw me install my cameras. One on the deck, one on the fascia up high, and one on the vinyl siding with the special mount from Amazon. Again, super cheap. It was all very easy to do though. Again, I'd say with the right tools, and if you're confident working off a ladder, if you have to, 5 minutes per camera max. So again, installation, thumbs up. The ease of the use of the app. The app is fantastic. I think it's well made, it's well designed, it's easy to navigate. It's got everything you need. Notifications come real time. You can talk through the cameras to people out on the property. Again, I think it's fantastic. So the app gets a thumbs up. And then the other thing that I think is the major win here for this system is there's no subscription costs. Almost every camera you go to sign up for, if you want the advanced features, the enhanced or advanced or AI-based features, you're going to pay a subscription cost. This is zero subscription cost for all features. They don't have a subscription platform. And I think that's so important in today's world where everything's a little bit more expensive and harder to afford. And so to have an app that has no subscription fees and has all the things you want it to have, you'll get my money every time up front. And so I think it's a great system. It checks all the boxes. So that's a huge one. No subscription, huge win for Eufy. When I look at cons, there really isn't many. Maybe you want more distance. The cameras will detect things about 30 feet to 40 feet away. That works for my application. The solar charging works great. Like I said, I charged all my cameras when I first bought the system a year ago. I haven't charged them again. The solar panel keeps them charged, even in Northern Ontario where we don't get a lot of sun in the winter. So that's worked awesome as well. And if you do have to charge it, okay, you got to take it down and get it charged up, unless you have some portable charger, but hard to do when it's hanging off the fascia or up high on a wall on the house. So that might be a problem. But again, with the solar panels, I haven't had to do that yet. So knock on wood there. But maybe that'd be a con if you were always having to charge the things. In my experiences, you don't have to. The mount, again, goes up simply. It would be nice to be able to lock where you want the camera to point. But again, now I'm just getting real picky. So I wouldn't really call that a con. I'd say that's room for improvement where they can make the mount a little bit better so it's easier to point the camera. But at the end, I still get all my cameras pointed where I need to be. It was just a little fiddling around. So yeah, so that's the system. I think it's a fantastic system if you're looking for affordability, ease of use, awesome app, and good functionality. It's a no-brainer for me. And again, the big one is no subscriptions. So again, if you've liked this video, if it's helped you make a decision, if it's pushed you towards Eufy, right on. This is not a paid promotion, nothing like that. I just like to promote things that work well for me on my 60-acre property at the Homestead. And I hope this can help you. That's what it's all about here, is sharing and helping people out. So if this has helped you, give a thumbs up in the comments. If you're going to buy it, give 2 thumbs up in the comments. And if you have any questions, please leave them below. Don't mind liking and subscribing. Helps the channel. And like I always say, no matter what you do, get outside. Right on. Bye now.